Here's the hammer form for the oil bag. Got it routed on both sides. I'm going to be making the end caps on it for the oil bag, as we made this the outer shell, wrapped it around, got the shape right so we know that the caps are going to fit on there nice and tight. Alright, we're going to trace on the aluminum using the actual width of the Sharpie body up against the form to determine that. Actually, from what I've found, gives you the right amount of metal that you're going to wrap around the form when you hammer form it. A little extra metal.
To hammer form the panels we just cut out for the oil bag, we're going to want them to be in a nice malleable state, or after they're annealed. To anneal the aluminum, you're going to lay a nice layer of soot with an acetylene flame across the surface of the metal. You adjust your flame so you have a balanced oxygen and acetylene flame, and start to heat the surface of the metal evenly. As you heat the metal, you'll notice that the soot starts to disappear and reveal a nice clean aluminum surface. As you get closer, you need to back off on the flame because it's really easy to melt the metal at this point in time. But once the soot is gone, the aluminum has reached its annealed state.
And here's a piece of aluminum, nicely annealed, really easy to work, bends super easy. Super easy to form. Alright, we've got a couple of the end pieces that we're going to do the hammer forming. They're cooled off, ready to throw on the hammer form, clamp them up and start to whack them over the corners. Getting the form centered over the aluminum blank before we clamp it up. Got the aluminum clamped up on the form. You can see we're starting to get a definite shape, but we still have a decent amount to be able to pull that down flat right up against the form. Alright, we're getting closer, getting the shape much closer to the form. Only a little bit more work in the corners and we should be okay. And we'll be ready to check the fit of that onto the oil bag shell. Alright, we've got the hammering finished on this. It looks pretty consistent all the way around. We've got the aluminum wrapped right around the hammer form. Corners look good, no folding. The metal is going to grow in the areas that you shrink, which are the corners. You're forcing the metal upon itself, so it actually grows here. So we will have to take a little bit of metal off in the corners to be able to get a really nice flat surface to match it up to the oil bag shell. Alright, we've got the oil bag carcass. Get the first hammer formed end piece. Aside from flattening it, as you can see, we need to take off some material on each corner. We've got a pretty good fit. And the start of the ends. Alright, getting closer, getting this fit up. Just a little bit more playing with it. We've got the edges lined up pretty good. We'll be able to get do any kind of detailing we want to do on the face. We'll actually do some hammer work on the face that's going to match bring a design through from the gas tank to the oil tank, and then we'll be ready to tack this together and work on the other side. Alright, we've got the side panel. We've got some of the accent hammering in it to kind of carry some of the design from the tank back to the oil tank. Seemed like the side of the oil tank we either do like a rolled bead or do some hammering in it like this. There's a really large, like, flat area and it kind of looked odd without some kind of detail work in it. Alright, here's the bag all done. We got the mounting points on the top, the rear and the front. Same as on the frame. We've got the return in the vent. We've got the cap in. And we have the feed and the drain on the bottom of the bag. So we're ready to put this thing into the bike, bolt it up. Here it is bolted in the bike. All the mounting points mount up. Got all the isolators in. Fillers easily accessed once you pull the seat off. Ready to plumb and get some oil in it.